boxing and the fight game, excuse me, you know, come into your life?
Always, man, me and my cousin, Sean, he used to rap and stuff, did some stuff with Tupac Exhibit and stuff back in the days. He used to do a lot before they were known.
Nice,
so
nice.
I looked up to him, and he used to always watch the, you know, the kung fu flicks, where it's like, you know, and I was like, oh, this shit's real. Then of course you get Bruce Lee and all that. So I always liked martial arts and what it stood for in the Asian culture, all that. So I would mess around with all that stuff. But more than that, one day I just started watching some old school boxing when I was a kid, and I was like, this is the real deal, you know. But at the time, San Francisco and everything didn't have like a real good boxing gym I knew about, so I was messing with other martial arts. Then I went over to Oakland, where one of my grandmothers was staying, Found Kings, and I would go in and out. So
what was it like training at Kings?
It was interesting. The gym, a lot of people were going and be like, this gym's shitty. But to me, I was like, whoa, because it's small, you know, little weight area. They used to not have that. Like a ring, barely any room to box around it, but the walls are just pictures of all the best boxers of time in King's Gym. So not like just their pictures, but like in King's Gym. So it shows you a lot when like historical people come in. Plus they have all the newspaper articles, the originals, and I'm like, this is the place, and it's just hard work. That's all it is. And you know, Andre Ward, he used to help me out. Great boxer, as you know. At the time, nobody knew. I already knew he was going to be great then. And Virgil Hunter, real calm guy, real intellectual, and even in his approach to teaching. So it was a good experience there. And from there, I just started boxing some amateur, and then I went to kickboxing because I was like, I want to use more because I was still in the martial arts. Then I progressed to MMA from there, and then Floyd got interested in MMA, and I got invited down, so I made the move to
Gotcha.
I loved going to Mayweather's gym. It was always a show, you know.
Oh yeah.
Like the sparring, you have to be on point because you know, like Marcellus or somebody, they're gonna be like, oh shit, and everybody gets in on it. And like light sparring turns serious because one person is getting fucking embarrassed, so then he wants to get him back, and it was just. But everybody there was real cool. You know what I mean? Like real cool, all hard-working guys, all that. But everybody worked hard for it. You know what I mean? They see Floyd, they see what he's done, they try to emulate it. So, and I had the pleasure of being trained by Jeff. And Roger. You know, Roger don't train nobody no more except for Floyd. But he took a liking to me because he told me I have the highest fight IQ of anybody he's seen in a long time. So he wasn't too into MMA, but he was like, you can box too. You know, I can't box as good as the guy who's just only boxing because I'm just doing this now, but I can hold my own. So Roger started training me, and it was like probably the greatest experience in my life because I look up to Roger a lot. So
great stuff.
And between him and Jeff, I learned a lot. Then I had Otis for a while, who taught me. So it was a great experience there. All the guys, Jarvis, Bellows. You know, I got to learn from those guys. Vegas itself is interesting. I stayed in Southern Highlands. I'm not too big on cities, so I stayed in the quiet area. You know, Floyd, Dana White, everybody is all around there. Jay Leon, Love, all those guys. And then I would go to the city part just for training and just for work because I was doing the private security and security and personal security for some rich guys and for the clubs out there as well. So
about your decision to come out here, what it's like, the culture, just everything.
I love Thai culture. The only thing I don't like, they get greedy when it comes to money, you know? Like all the Buddhism shit goes out the window when it comes to money. I don't know what be happening, but great people.
Gotcha.
The Thais. And I ended up, I was always in Asia. I helped build one of the first MMA gyms in China full-time with my bro James a long time ago. We lived in China before. We've always been in China, Japan, Korea, all over. And I was like, man, we're always out here. So one day we went in to fight in Japan came over, visit Thailand, and I just fell in love with it. And I was like, you know, Southeast Asia is a growing economy. Maybe I could make an opportunity for my son. So I opened up a business and just moved out. And then recently I closed the business because I was in New Kent. Because my partner back home just wasn't on point, you know?
Yeah.
And after that, I had a friend in Bangkok. They said the club needed an American. So I just moved over to Bangkok because it has more opportunity.
James Chaney, you got training together, your stablemate friend.
James, after, you know, he's known as the guy choking everybody out and shit, but I've been working with him a long time on striking, and he worked, you know, with a lot of coaches that I worked with in the past, and he's worked at Mayweather's gym, and now he's been doing kickboxing as well. Got a knockout. I was proud of him. Tear left my eye, you know, all this shit. So he got the fight too. So that's what we're getting ready for right now.
Perspective is interesting. You mentioned you had a taste in boxing, kickboxing, MMA. What are the three differences, and what do you appreciate about each sport?
I would say everybody's going to say, "Oh, MMA is the hardest." You know what I mean? But that's not true. MMA is not the hardest. It's boxing, because the amount of work you have to put in. I will tell you right now, I've never got hit harder in MMA. Like, it's 4-ounce gloves, so people would think that's where I got hit the hardest. I've got hit. I probably have the highest defensive stats in MMA. It's just I'm not fighting UFC, so nobody knows. Like, every time, you know, me and James, after my fights, we laugh because I can know how many times I've got hit. Like, I count in my head.
Yeah.
And most fights, I don't even get hit 20 times, you know? And, but boxing's different. The accuracy, the speed, the combinations, the power, the defensiveness of it, the way, like, you can punch back and they're not there, the footwork. I would have to say that the footwork and the head movement, the hand-eye coordination and focus in boxing are the three hardest things. And in kickboxing, they have it greater than the MMA fighters, but less than the boxers, you know?
Yeah.
They're very good at the kickboxers seeing punches coming and guarding, but they don't have any head movement and they're very square.
Yeah.
You know, and then in MMA, they're the easiest guys to fucking hit. Like, usually you punch in their head's always gonna be where it's at, and it's just, technically they're not that good. Like, a lot of people they call strikers in MMA are people with high knockouts, but they're getting the knockouts because they have power and it's small gloves. So it's easy to, like, get around and hit someone. You have power and hit somebody, they're gonna get knocked out, but it's not that they have technique. But the fans think that these guys are good strikers, you understand? And it's not like that. And then, so I would say boxing's the hardest, and that stuff is different. Boxing, kickboxing, it's what's the kicks? You know what I mean? Like, it's the kicks, and with the ties, I would say the main difference is the clinch work. They have an edge there over everybody, including the Dutch, and it's just a whole intricate system. Because the kicks aren't that hard to understand, it's the clinch work. They can throw you, like, on your head with little to no effort. And you know, wrestling takes effort, you know, defenses to it, everything. The Muay Thai clinch, like, 1 minute you're like, oh, they're trying to knee me, and the next minute you're like getting thrown. It's, I would say that's the most intricate part of Muay Thai. And then in MMA, it's just everything's blended.
Yeah.
But if you know a little bit about each thing, you can get by in MMA. It's not as hard as people think.
Angel tattoo. Tell me about the name Fallen Angel.
Oh, I got that, you know, I grew up hard times. up and down, like below poor to doing alright to poor to doing alright to below poor, you know, and I always helped people. I just seen my mom and grandma, they always helped people. And I had a friend that I used to always give my food to. Yeah. And I'd be like, oh, I don't like this shit, I don't like this shit here, you know? Yeah. And he would take it and eat it. But really, I liked it, but I knew he got less than me. Right. And then one day he reveals to me that he knew that I liked it, but would give it to him because he needed help. And he told me how my family is always helping people, but he never sees them get anything good in return, you know, like karma. And he was like, man, God forgot about you. And I'm like, maybe he did. He was like, you're a fallen angel. So he called me that. Then everybody in the hood started calling me that. So when I got into fighting, I was like, I'm not going to get no fucking name like Pitbull or Razor or some made up name. I just kept what people call me in the hood that meant something. So.
Tell me about your career, just the ups and downs, what you've learned. How has the roller coaster ride been? Because I know it's always crazy being a fighter.
Well, my career is different because I went a long time training myself off of DVDs, videos, and practicing on my girl and just sparring my bro James in the back of a gym and going all around the Bay Area sparring. Because my original trainer in MMA fucked up a huge part of my career where I could have done all kind of stuff, been a millionaire by now. So I just didn't. I idolized that guy. He was like one of the two reasons I got into MMA. So after that, I just wasn't fucking with nobody. You know, I didn't trust anybody, and most of them couldn't be trusted. So I was doing it the hardest way you could possibly do it. Plus, I ended up getting hit in a car accident, and my spine got messed up. So I couldn't use my left arm. A lot of people didn't know. And I fought 7-8 years like that, always in pain with like one arm. And I was beating like top 200 guys, then top 150 guys, then top 100 guys, then top 50 guys. And then I finally had to get 2 surgeries. And people ended up finding out at that point, like, damn, he's beating these guys with one arm. And that's when I started really becoming popular and gaining some notoriety, a little bit of fame. But I did it the hard way. And my career is funny because I beat all the guys I was supposed to be in the biggest shows and everything. And it kept being promises like, beat this guy and you win. I will beat him, we'll beat the next guy and you win. I beat him, we'll beat this guy, you win. And then I fight this guy in his hometown or something, beat him, retire, like beat the shit out of him, lose, and then he retires. They're so beat up. I've retired a lot of people, but then I lose. Then it starts all over. Beat this guy, beat him, and it's always been the same cycle, you know. And when I got with Mayweather's gym, like now I'm going back to boxing and kickboxing. A lot of people don't know, and I'm gonna do MMA too. I should have never stopped all 3. I thought that I needed to just focus on MMA, but it wasn't. I shouldn't have.
People follow you guys and keep up with you and stay tuned to what you got coming up.
It's at Fallen Angel 510 on Twitter, Instagram, the Line app. So if you want to text me, call me, all that everywhere. You know, Facebook.com/Fallen Angel, so they can reach me on there. Catch up with my fights coming up. I always put training videos, everything.
MMA, Instagram, Twitter, and on Facebook.